Glamrock Freddy is a main character in the new Five Nights at Freddy's games, and has risen to become one of the most popular characters in the series. To understand Glamrock Freddy's story, we'll have to take a quick look at Help Wanted, the VR game that kicked off the newer FNAF storyline. Glitchtrap was accidentally unleashed into the Phasm Entertainment virtual experience when the development team scanned some old circuit boards into the game. Glitchtrap is a malicious digital entity that seems to be based on the memory of William Afton. Glitchtrap infects the game's beta tester Vanessa, and she becomes his reluctant follower. After Help Wanted, construction starts on the Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex. In the Tales from the Pizzaplex epilogues, the Glamrocks are delivered to the Pizzaplex construction site along with the Mimic. While the Mimic was taken down to the Pizza Place, the Glamrocks remained at the Pizzaplex. Throughout Tales from the Pizzaplex, Glamrock Freddy is often mentioned, but his most important roles are in the Storyteller and GGY. In the Storyteller, Phasm Entertainment replaces their writers team with the Mimic 1 program created by Edwin Murray. A giant tree is constructed in the Pizzaplex atrium, with a white tiger head inside that contains the Mimic 1 program. Once activated, the Storyteller starts causing issues across the Pizzaplex, and it affects the Glamrock animatronics' behaviors. Glamrock Freddy starts acting like a spoiled brat, fighting over a Freddy plushie with a little girl and crying afterwards. Freddy doesn't display any of this personality in Security Breach for reasons I'll explain later. The following story, Tiger Rock, has a future Pizzaplex VR booth, which contains a futuristic Glamrock Freddy, but he's not the same Freddy from Security Breach, so I won't be discussing him. When Glamrock Bonnie was still alive, it's heavily implied he was in a romantic relationship with Glamrock Freddy. In Ruin, there's a poster of Freddy in Glamrock Bonnie's green room, with Love Freddy written on it. There are also other Freddy props in Glamrock Bonnie's green room. In Steelwool's Yule Log video, a Freddy and Bonnie plushie are lying next to each other. Freddy is also the only character to mention Bonnie, but we'll get to that later. Sometime before Security Breach, Glamrock Bonnie was killed by Monty, who took Bonnie's role in the band. When Gregory was under Glitchtrap's influence, he released a system-wide glitch into the Pizzaplex that made the animatronics act strange. When the Pizzaplex technicians tried to fix this, Gregory recreated the glitch as a set of subroutines and animatronic systems. In the Tales from the Pizzaplex story GGY, one of Gregory's friends, Tony, begins to investigate the anonymous arcade player GGY, an alias short for Gregory. As Tony investigates GGY, he notices that Glamrock Freddy starts to stalk him at the Pizzaplex. It's mentioned in Ruin that Glamrock Freddy was Gregory's favorite animatronic, so it makes sense that he'd use Freddy as his main minion. At the end of the story, Gregory invites Tony to the Pizzaplex, implying that he kills Tony to cover his tracks, and Freddy might have helped with this murder. It's important to note that in the retro CDs, the fourth therapist states that Gregory's previous therapist was found mangled by what she describes as machinery. Considering that Gregory lured Tony to the Pizzaplex just like he took his previous therapist there, it's probable that Gregory used Freddy to mangle his victims, since we see him using Freddy and GGY. At the start of Security Breach, Glamrock Freddy breaks down during a performance. It's revealed in Ruin that Freddy was a prototype, so that's likely the reason he malfunctioned. After the performance, Glamrock Freddy is rebooted in safe mode, seemingly stopping all the issues that the Mimic and Glitchtrap caused. When Freddy is in his green room, he finds Gregory in his stomach hatch. Gregory appears to have been freed from Glitchtrap's control, but doesn't seem to remember much. Gregory tells Freddy that Vanessa's after him, and Freddy agrees to help him escape the Pizzaplex before it closes. Freddy gives Gregory a Faz watch and helps him access the vents so he can leave the green room. After Gregory gets out of the green room, he releases Freddy. Freddy tells Gregory to climb back into his stomach hatch so they can travel through the utility tunnels to reach the exit. However, Freddy senses that Gregory is hurt and takes him to a first aid station. Gregory goes inside and watches as Vanessa finds Freddy, who claims he doesn't know how he got there. Vanessa berates Freddy for breaking down on stage and tells Freddy to go back to his room. As they continue through the utility tunnels, Freddy runs out of power and has to recharge while Gregory continues without him. The other Glamrocks chase Gregory into a security office, and Freddy gives him access to the security camera so he can find a safe way out. The Pizzaplex doors close before Gregory can escape, and Freddy gives him some advice to survive.
You should be able to escape when the security doors reopen at 6 a.m. Until then, keep moving, and try not to draw attention to yourself. If there is another way out, I will help you find it. I promise.
Freddy helps Gregory navigate through the Pizzaplex lobby and casually ignores Gregory's Mr. Hippo slander.
It's a crappy Mr. Hippo fridge magnet? Lame.
I am sorry, Gregory. I am truly sorry.
When Gregory's entry pass is accidentally turned into a daycare pass, Freddy says he can meet Gregory in the daycare. After a close call with the moon, Gregory is kicked out of the daycare and hides in Freddy's chest cavity to evade the Glamrocks. At the end of the hour, when the lights go out, the moon is free to roam the Pizzaplex, and Freddy quickly gets to a recharge station to avoid him. From inside the recharge station, Gregory watches Vanny skipping by, but Freddy is unable to see her.
What was that?
That is a fountain. A fountain is a decorative reservoir used for discharging water.
Not the fountain. You didn't see the dancing rabbit lady right in front of us?
No, I did not.
It's explained in the non-canon VIP ending that Freddy's eyes are the reason he couldn't see Vanny. I'll explain why Freddy couldn't see Vanny with his own eyes when we talk about Ruin. After exiting the recharge station, Freddy is now dirty even though he was really clean when he entered it. Classic security breach. Freddy gives Gregory some possible escape routes, none of which Freddy can help Gregory find because he's useless. Regardless of what route you pick, Gregory's unable to escape and he's caught by Vanessa. Gregory wakes up in Lost and Found and is hunted by Vanny, who's Vanessa fully under Glitchtrap's control. After escaping Vanny, Gregory gets a message from Freddy saying his signal's jammed and he asks Gregory to meet him in the Roxy Raceway entrance. Gregory finds Freddy, who's running low on power and needs to get to Parts and Services. Freddy tells Gregory to find a way to activate the stage lift to Parts and Services. After finding a backstage pass, Gregory goes to the office above Rockstar Row. Ooh, new Pop Goes Arcade update. Fighting chance, okay. Gregory is unable to find the stage lift controls, but he finds a security badge and a Showtime disc, which seems to fix Freddy's signal. Roxy and Monty show up at the security office and Freddy rescues Gregory. Freddy tells Gregory they can use the disc to get the stage elevator to Parts and Services working. When Gregory and Freddy are on their way to Parts and Services, the moon appears and attacks Freddy, dragging him into Parts and Services. After collecting a security badge from the Endo warehouse, Gregory manages to enter Parts and Services, where he sees Vanessa talking to Freddy, whose head has been removed. Vanessa accuses Freddy of being responsible for helping with Gregory's shenanigans, which he is, but Glamrock Freddy denies the claim and Vanessa leaves him in Parts and Services. Gregory reattaches Freddy's head and notices that the Glamrocks all have special parts that he could take and use to upgrade Freddy. Gregory says that the animatronics have tried to hurt him all night, so it's fine if he takes their parts. But Freddy remains adamant there's a good reason for his friend's hostile behavior. Freddy cares about the other Glamrocks, and it's a really nice character trait that sadly doesn't go anywhere and is almost entirely ignored. Gregory goes to Chica's room and collects a party pass so he can access an attraction with a Phascam or Phaser Blaster, which can be used to stun the animatronics. After another close call with the moon, Gregory has the choice to go to Phaser Blast or Monty Golf. The Phaser Blast route is the most important for the true ending, so I'll be discussing that one. Freddy and Gregory head over to Phaser Blast, and despite the life or death situation, Freddy refuses to enter a Phaser Blast with Gregory.
Shame on you, Gregory. We cannot enter together. That would be cheating. I am programmed not to cheat.
After completing Phaser Blast and collecting the Phaser Blaster, Gregory notices a vent that leads to Vanny's lair, and Freddy points out the obvious.
Vanny. It is very similar to Vanessa, and also Bonnie. That cannot be a coincidence.
In a nearby security office, Gregory gets a Bonnie Bowl pass. He also learns that some of Chica's favorite food, the Monty Mystery Mix, has been moved to Bonnie Bowl, so he goes there to find it. If you approach Bonnie's closed stage, Freddy has some pretty sad dialogue.
I do not come up here anymore. I miss him.
After collecting the Monty Mystery Mix, Gregory uses it to lure Chica into the trash compactor and he shatters her. Gregory then steals her voice box and uses it to upgrade Freddy. With Chica's voice box, Freddy can scare off other animatronics and open up new areas, allowing him and Gregory to access Roxy Raceway. If Gregory shattered Monty, then he would have been able to upgrade Freddy with Monty's claws, which can be used to break open certain gates. Gregory formulates a plan to crash into Roxy with a go-kart, but unfortunately he's not tall enough to drive the kart alone. The driver assistant's head is missing. Freddy and Gregory manage to find it, but it's damaged and needs to be repaired in the West Arcade. When Gregory heads to the West Arcade, Freddy explains he can't go there.
After tonight's stage incident, I am not allowed to perform. When I step onto the West Arcade dance floor, I cannot stop myself. It is a programming bug.
Freddy also mentions that DJ Music Man is very nice, even though we don't see him have a nice personality in the series. This is because he's mostly in his hostile bouncer mode. Gregory successfully repairs the head and crashes into Roxy. Gregory steals Roxy's eyes and upgrades Freddy with them.
These eyes are amazing. There are wondrous colors and objects I never knew existed. Nothing can hide from me now.
By this point in the game, 6 AM has rolled around, the front doors have opened, and the moon is free one last time. Freddy and Gregory make their way to the exit, but Freddy can't leave the Pizzaplex.
Without a recharge station, my systems would shut down within an hour. It is a safety precaution. It is my design. This is where I must stay. Do not return. It will never be safe. I will miss you.
Freddy, if I leave now, nothing will change, will it? There will be more disappearances.
Yes, I am afraid that is correct.
The player can choose to stay at the Pizzaplex, leave, or face Vanny. Security Breach is a lot of different endings that all stem from these choices. The non-canon Burntrap ending adds some interesting details to Freddy's character. In this ending, Freddy gets fully upgraded and uses his new abilities to access the sinkhole under the Pizzaplex. Inside the sinkhole, there's the remains of Freddy Fazbear's pizza place from the 6th game. Upon going deeper into the pizza place, Freddy has some interesting dialogue.
I know what this is. I have been here before. She brought me here. I found myself for the first time when I cleared the path. I did not want to, but I had no choice. Now I have a choice. I have changed. My friends are here. They are so angry and fused. But I can protect you. I am not me.
Now this is likely pretty confusing, so I'll try to clear things up. As mentioned earlier, in Tales from the Pizzaplex, the Mimic was delivered to the Pizzaplex construction site with rabbit ears attached, possibly implying that Glitchtrap planned on using him as a physical body. One of the construction workers brought the Mimic to the pizza place to help them break down all the endoskeletons inside. The Mimic quickly turned on the construction workers and killed almost all of them, and concrete was poured over the Pizzaplex doorway, trapping the Mimic inside. Later, some teens broke into the pizza place and the Mimic killed almost all of them. One of them, named Lucia, managed to spring lock the Mimic in the Jester suit and deactivate him. When Vanny arrived at the Pizzaplex, she used Freddy to clear the path to the pizza place so she can find the Mimic and turn him into a physical body for Glitchtrap. At least that's my interpretation of what this means. Freddy saying "I am not me" could be seen in a lot of different ways, but it's likely just to show how he's developed as a character. Freddy also seemingly has some sort of identity crisis. If you take Freddy into the Endo Nursery, you get to hear some pretty interesting dialogue.
I have never been allowed in here before. This must be where I was born. Look at all the endos. They're all the same. Have I always been a Freddy? Am I Monty with a different shell? What if I am not the first Glamrock Freddy? Are there more of me at other pizzerias? Do we all feel the same? Am I special? If I am mass-produced, am I still art?
I don't know, I'm just a kid.
It's possible that Freddy isn't the original Glamrock Freddy. Tales from the Pizzaplex implies that the Glamrock Chica from Security Breach isn't the first Chica. As in the Storyteller, there's a yellow Glamrock Chica, and in the Bobby Dots Part 2, there's a damaged Glamrock Chica in the sewers. So it's possible that Glamrock Freddy is correct with his assumption that he isn't the first Glamrock Freddy. However, the fact that Freddy remembers Bonnie implies that he's been around for a while. The final part of this ending plays out as an office gameplay segment where Burntrap tries to corrupt Freddy and make him kill Gregory. Gregory manages to defeat Burntrap and the pizza place collapses as Tangle drags Burntrap away. However, this ending is non-canon and none of this happens in the story, although Burntrap and the Tangle do seem to exist. In the true ending, Gregory and Freddy confront Vanny at Fazerblast, but staff bots ambush them and Freddy is destroyed. Gregory flees and makes his way to Vanny's hideout, where he plays Princess Quest 3. Upon completing the arcade, it seems like most of Glitchtrap's code is destroyed. As a result, Vanessa is freed from his control. Gregory takes Freddy's still functioning head and leaves the Pizzaplex with Vanessa. In Help Wanted 2, there's an employee training level in the Vanny network featuring Glamrock Freddy. But this Freddy is a digital recreation, not the actual Glamrock Freddy. If you want to learn more about Help Wanted 2, check out my review of the game and my lore video about the game's protagonist. After Security Breach, Gregory, Vanessa, and likely Freddy's head return to the Pizzaplex to trap the Mimic. They seem to have upgraded the old Mex's machine by adding the security nodes in the Vanny network to lock down the Pizzaplex. The entity is also inside the Vanny network and tries to stop people from deactivating the security nodes. After trapping the Mimic, Gregory, Vanessa, and Freddy's head leave the Pizzaplex. In Ruin, the Mimic copies Gregory to trick his friend Cassie into helping him escape. Cassie uses the security mask to enter the Vanny network and shut down the security nodes, keeping him trapped. Towards the end of the DLC, Cassie enters Fazerblast to shut down its security nodes, and while in the Vanny network, she can hear Freddy's voice lines from Security Breach. After deactivating the first security node, she enters a portal and is teleported to another area in Fazerblast where she's unable to use the security mask. Cassie stumbles upon Freddy's body.
Freddy! Freddy? Are you okay? Be functional.
With his head gone, Freddy's body is now a mindless monster that chases Cassie through Fazerblast until she escapes. Cassie finds the AR inhibitor that's blocking the security mask, but Freddy's body finds her again. Cassie quickly deactivates the AR inhibitor and puts on the security mask, and Freddy is absent from the Vanny network. This might seem confusing at first, but if you remember in Security Breach, Freddy was in safe mode, which likely disconnected him from the Vanny network.
Connection error. I cannot connect to the main network.
Freddy being disconnected from the Vanny network was also likely the reason his eyes couldn't see Vanny. Back to Ruin, Cassie escapes Fazerblast through a vent, and that's the last we see of Freddy's body. In the ending, Cassie deactivates the Mex's security and quickly realizes she's been tricked by the Mimic. The real Gregory contacts Cassie to help her escape, and he possibly mentions Freddy.
My friend has access to the building map. Just follow his instructions.
We don't hear the gender of Gregory's friend, but it's likely either Vanessa or Freddy's head. For now, that's where Freddy's story ends. Glamrock Freddy's become quite the popular character since Security Breach, and despite his lack of body, I'm really hoping we see more of him in future installments. If you're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, I have more videos of the series on my channel. I also have Bendy and Poppy Playtime videos on my channel and a variety of upcoming content. Thanks for watching, and check out some of my other videos.